Hello Virgo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Virgo, we're going to start with looking at overall energy for your past, present, and future energy, and then we'll dive deeper into the messages with tarot as we progress. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh my goodness, these cards are all over the place. Let's look, Virgo, at your recent past. Overall energy for your recent past, looking at what you guys have been dealing with. It's a nice message, but I'm trying to figure out how it relates. It says, be proud of yourself. Okay, so we're being really hard on ourselves. I feel like is kind of the, you think it through, breathe through the tension. Okay. There is this energy of not being as far along as you want to be in something, or like as successful as you want to be, or just feeling like you're maybe like comparing yourself to people around you, or even to like this idea of where you think your life should be. And I feel like you're needing to know that like you are on the right track and your things are going a little bit better than you might think that they are. This breathe through the tension card is understanding that there are things that are going to come up. There are setbacks, there are challenges, there are ways in which you're going to, you're going to doubt yourself when you're along some sort of path or some sort of journey, but you never have to allow yourself to believe that doubt. You can allow yourself to just move through those periods and to trust that, you're going to come out on the other side exactly where you're supposed to be. So I feel like this is a little bit of like, don't react too aggressively. This is kind of the overall theme of the Capricorn reading that I did was all about how not everything is as it seems. And I feel like that can kind of come into this reading a little bit too, just, kind of looking at the bigger picture, understanding that just because you're not where you want to be yet doesn't mean that you're not well on your way. And I think that getting used to surrendering to the flow of the journey is about trusting that everything is working out in divine timing, which is actually very much what I feel this is kind of shaping up to be about. But let's see what your current energy has, Virgo. These cards are being so weird. Like the energy of them is like a little chaotic almost, and maybe that's what maybe things just feel really chaotic for you right now. You're looking for some security. Take a breather. That's what that says. Take a breather. We've now seen breathe twice in this. So maybe if I'm speaking to a certain Virgo collective that has been just going through a lot, dealing with a lot, handling a lot, like taking a time maybe in this reading to just like stop, like take a deep breath and drop your shoulders and relax a little bit, and to trust that like you're doing a good job. Focus on the positive. When we're on a journey, if we have this tendency to really focus on, how far we have to go and what we're still lacking and, how we're not where we want to be at, we might find ourselves getting very stuck in that lack mentality, which might end up actually starting to show up in our reality, as above, so below, as within, so without. So I feel like this is kind of this need to really try to shift your focus to what is going well, because I feel like, first of all, you've come a lot further than you're giving yourself credit for. And second of all, I feel like it's like you're not seeing that things are actually working out. But there's like this expectation of like waiting for things to go wrong too. That could be something like waiting to fail, or waiting for things to not work out or something like that. I have dog hair all over my face. So if you see me picking at my face, that's what I'm doing. Because I was just living on my dog before this reading, and I am regretting it right now. I feel like I have dog hair in my eye. She's a German Shepherd, so she sheds a lot. All right, what does Virgo need to know moving forward? Keep your heart open. Clear your mind. Okay, so what can Virgo expect then? Take a reality check, practice gratitude. Okay. Okay, this is such an interesting message because it feels like I'm speaking to a collective that's like on the right path. You know, things are good, but it's almost like having a hard time believing that things are actually working out for you. There's a lot of like doubt and second guessing associated with this energy. And I feel like a lot of it does have to do with, maybe experiencing things like not going so well in the past. And so there's like this expectation that things aren't going to work out, or that like the other shoe is going to drop or something like that. And I feel like there's a need to see, first of all, understand that like you are deserving of good things and you are deserving of things working out for you. And second of all, the way in which we sustain good things in our life is we continue to be grateful for them. We continue to show up, in the gratitude for what we have and excited about what we're attracting. The second that we stop being grateful for what we have and we start feeling like we need more, or we need, specific things in order to make us happy, is the second that we start to fall into that lack mentality. Gratitude is a necessary part of sustaining good things in your life and creating them too. So I feel like this is needing to understand that like, despite things not working out in the past, or despite ways in which things have gone wrong for you in the past, like this is like this energy, like you are on the right track. You're in alignment with the things that are meant for you. Like things are going to work out and are going to continue to work out for you. But I feel like there's this just like, I don't know, like, no way, I don't believe it. Like, I don't know, just a lot of doubt almost in the energy and in the reading. But maybe we'll get clear on more of that like as we do start to pull tarot. But let me see what the overall theme is. This is my intuitive life coaching deck. I am an intuitive life coach, so I obviously love this deck. I feel like it helps really provide a lot of depth to the energy and a lot of times kind of some tangible advice moving forward. But let's see what you're needing to know, Virgo. This is overall theme of this reading. Speaking up, the magic touch, and new door. Okay, so speaking up says your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. The magic touch says you are accessing true magic from deep within, and the new door says your prayers have been answered and a new door is being held open for you. So here's what I gather from this. I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that has really been showing up in alignment with their soul's truth, doing what they can to show up, believing that the universe is supporting them, believing, trying to follow their divine guidance. I'm not saying you haven't made mistakes, but I do really feel like you are doing your best in that sense. And what you don't realize is that that is your power. Your power is how much you stand in your light and how much you stand in your truth. And in doing all of this, this has opened up this new door to almost like a new reality. Like, here's the thing that I feel like you're missing. Things aren't going to work out like they did in the past because you're different. You've healed, you've grown, you've evolved, you've changed in a lot of ways. And I feel like that has now opened the door for things to be different for you. You know, if we don't heal, grow, and evolve from from mistakes that we've made or things that, you know, maybe haven't gone our way in the past, then like, yeah, we might be destined to repeat those things, right? Evolve or repeat. But I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that has evolved, that has done the work, that is showing up, you know, in that light, in that truth. And I feel like that's why you need to know that things are going to work out for you, is because why wouldn't they? You've done the work. You've put in the time and the energy to show up better for yourself and for your life. And I feel like you need to know that that's going to be rewarded. And that's where I feel like can really help you combat that doubt, because the doubt isn't going to go away. You know, doubt, fear, anxiety, it stays. It doesn't ever go anywhere, but your faith becomes stronger and your believing in your worthiness becomes stronger, and it starts to drown out the noise of that doubt, fear, and insecurity a little bit. So I feel like you don't realize like the ways in which you've been showing up for yourself, like that's your power. That's why things are changing for the better here. Now, you might not see those positive changes yet, not in the way that you want to, but know that they are happening. They're happening within, so they're going to happen outside of you. It's almost like this is like rewards for something, hard work, but like doing the inner work. You know, the inner work is the most important part. But let's see. Be proud of yourself with breathe through the tension. So let's dive into this a little bit more. I'm even a little bit curious to know what's been going on here, Virgo. In reverse. I couldn't tell, because remember, how the card comes out isn't always how I take it. It's just kind of intuitively how it feels. Oh, yes. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Emperor, the Two of Swords. This is an incredibly powerful energy, Virgo. This feels like stepping into, like essentially like taking control of your life. Yeah, because there's the Seven of Pentacles. Virgo, this is incredible energy. The Hermit. What else? The Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Empress. It's a lot more than I expected it to take, but I kind of get what these are saying. I feel like these are really coupled with this Emperor here. I feel like this is its own message. Because I feel like this is about a collective that decided to do something about their life not being what they want. Deciding to make a change, deciding to take a risk on themselves, deciding to believe that they're deserving and worthy of more. And that's what I meant when I was talking about, you know, standing in your light and your truth. Because this really feels like trying to show up in a way that you never really have before. And I feel like, because with this Empress card too, this is about, you know, the Empress and the Emperor. Like, that's a fantastic balance, because that's, you know, showing up knowing that you're worthy, or showing up believing that you're worthy of good things, but then also opening yourself up to receiving it. I actually feel like the Empress is what you're struggling with the most, though. opening yourself up to receive. Because I feel like you're used to things being really like unstable, or, you know, you're used to maybe things going wrong or getting things taken away from you or things not working out. And I feel like that's kind of become your expectation in a sense, like it would for anybody in your shoes. But I feel like this is why this is such a powerful energy, is like, despite all of the reasons that you've had to give up or to not try or to not put yourself out there, I feel like this is you doing that anyway. Choosing to be essentially the creator of your own life. And I feel like this has probably taken a lot of courage, and maybe you've been on this journey for a while, but things aren't necessarily unfolding maybe in the timeline that you expected or in the way that you expected. And I think that that is why you might be being really hard on yourself. Well, what else could I be doing? Am I trying hard enough? You know, I'm not really where I want to be, and you're starting to doubt your path a little bit, and that's natural and that's normal, but I feel like you need to know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And even if you're not where you want to be, don't think that not being there means you're never going to get there. You're in the middle of a journey, and that is going to be, you know, there's going to be a test. There's going to be tests of faith and courage and strength. Like, literally think of it as like any kind of journey or adventure. But I feel like this is like a major confirmation for somebody out there that really needs it, to know that like you're doing a good job almost. Especially if you have this tendency to wonder like, well, am I doing enough? I feel like this is like, yeah, you are. You've made, I feel like, a lot of difficult decisions that a lot of people in your shoes wouldn't make. Especially, like I said, like if you've had every reason to give up, but you choose to keep showing up anyway. Like, I'm proud of you guys, and I don't even know you guys personally. Like, I feel like this is just like, of course you should be proud of yourself. So where is Virgo at now? Focus on the positive with take a breather. I knew it. Queen of Swords in reverse. It's almost like you're closed off to receiving. You're very comfortable with giving. You're comfortable with doing the work. You're not so comfortable with letting yourself experience the benefit and the reward of that work. So there is this energy of feeling a little bit lost right now. There is so much self-doubt in this reading. It's like I don't know if this is like imposter syndrome, which if you're not familiar with imposter syndrome, it's like when you start experiencing success or like making progress in something, you feel like you don't actually know what you're doing and that you're just a fraud. Could be something like that, or it could be like wondering, like, can I sustain this? Is this as far as I'm going to get? Whatever way doubt is manifesting in your energy, it certainly is manifesting. And that's normal and that's natural, okay? You know, something that really surprised me about building my business was that you don't really ever get to a point where you're just like 100% confident in what you're doing. You keep putting yourself out there, you keep doing the best you can, and you keep learning and you keep growing. And honestly, it's a pretty good representation of what life is too, because you never really get to a point where you got it all figured out. But, and this doesn't have to be about business. This could be about anything. But I do feel like this is about understanding that you are not supposed to have all the answers. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're not supposed to not make mistakes. You're not supposed to be perfect. Like, you never will be perfect. I actually just sent out my most recent blog post, which was literally titled, "You Will Never Be Perfect." But then, you know, the whole point of it was like, but you don't have to be, because you're worthy and deserving of good things exactly as you are. And it's interesting because I feel like you're always comfortable in this space of trying really hard and doing the work and suffering through like the difficult stuff. But you're really not so good, Virgo, and I know I already said this, but I'm repeating it because I think it's important. You're not so good at opening yourself up and letting yourself experience rewards and receive good things. Now, it's interesting because that you obviously very much crave that. And I feel like the way that you do that is you have this tendency to be really hard on yourself and feel like you should be doing more, or you're always like downplaying your achievements or the success that you have. And I think that that keeps you stuck in experiencing less, because you're always focusing on how far you have to go, or how you're not where you want to be, or what you do still lack. And again, that gets you stuck in that lack mentality. So I feel like right now is a tendency to understand like just all of this kind of together. That first and foremost, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So you don't need to worry about, am I doing enough? Am I doing the right things? Am I on the right track? Because the answer to that is yes. And second of all, the self-doubt that you're feeling is natural and normal, but it doesn't mean that you're not capable. And I think that that's what's really important for you to remember. And then lastly, understand that all of this work you're putting in and all of the effort that you have been giving to your path, to whatever this is talking about, it will pay off. That's what you need to know. It absolutely will pay off. So some things that you can do right now is allow yourself to focus on the positive. You know, a gratitude journal is a really good way of doing that, because it allows you to focus on, I recommend 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning, and then at night, 3 things that went well that day. Because it allows you to focus on 3 good things in the morning and 3 good things at night. And that trains you to always be looking for the good instead of the negative and the lack and the self-criticism that you might get yourself stuck into. Because I feel like you're always looking for what could be better, what you could be doing better, how you could be doing better. I actually feel, Virgo, like this is like almost a reading that is very much about that blog post that I sent out. And I always feel like when I write something and put it on my blog that it's very much like it's always very guided for me, so that makes sense, especially if it's in a collective energy. But if you're interested in that, you can go to my website in the description box below, and then blog. You can just click on the blog from there. But I just really feel like now is understanding that like you've come so far, but you haven't come this far just to come this far. Like you still have so much more to experience, and everything that you're feeling is natural and normal. The doubt, the second guessing, all of those things, but don't allow yourself to deter from your path. If you need to take a break, that's fine. If you need to step back a little bit, that's fine. In fact, make sure you're not burning yourself out, but also trust that things are still progressing, even if there is a little bit of stagnancy, or even if you're not where you want to be. And then again, open yourself up to you deserve good things. You deserve success. You deserve abundance. You deserve love. You deserve good things. But there's just all of this, it's like you're comfortable with giving, but you're not so comfortable with receiving. And it's like you're going to need to get comfortable with receiving because you're about to receive. What does Virgo need to know moving forward? Strength. Confidence is really forged in the fire. And what I mean by that, King of Cups in reverse. And what I mean by that is that you don't become confident enough to finally do something, to finally pursue something, to finally take a step toward a path, or to take a step forward in some way. You become confident as you're on the journey. You don't build confidence, you don't build skill, you don't build faith before. You build it during. And so that's what you're doing. You're building confidence in yourself, and that's going to come with self-doubt. Because the more you doubt, but you continue to show up anyway, the more that you have confidence, the more that you have faith in yourself. But I feel like what's difficult about this, you have this King of Cups in reverse. You are working through, or almost fighting against, all of these voices in your head. These voices that you have acquired, maybe from past experiences, from childhood, maybe that tell you that you're not intelligent enough, or that what you're doing isn't worth your time, or that you're not good enough, or that you're not deserving enough, or that, especially if you're doing something different than what society expects of you, or your family or friends expect of you. I feel like you're fighting against so much, and that, that honestly is usually what is a pretty good indicator that we're on the right path. Like when you are traveling the path of least resistance, you're usually taking the easy way out. You're doing what you were told to do, you were taught to do, what everyone expects you to do, but you're not really doing what you want to do. You're not standing up for what you believe and what you know is right for you. And I feel like that's what you are doing. It's like the road, you're taking the road less traveled, literally in some way. And that's going to come with so much challenge, because you're not only getting challenged by everything going around you, but you're also being challenged within, to have confidence and faith in yourself despite these beliefs that you have, or these voices in your head that maybe are telling you that you're not good enough, or that you're not headed in the right direction, or whatever the case might be. And that's where your confidence is created, is when you choose not to listen to those voices, or not to listen to the doubt, but you choose to have faith anyway, to keep showing up anyway. And I feel like that's where you need to know you are creating the rewards that you ultimately deserve. And boy, Virgo, I really feel like you don't realize how much value you're bringing to the table here. Okay. Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, the Seven of Cups, Strength, King of Cups in reverse. What else can Virgo expect? More. Okay. So here's what you need to know. You are more in alignment with abundance than I feel like you ever have been in your life. And it's because of, again, the work you've put in, choosing to show up. And therefore, you're experiencing all of the fear, doubt, and insecurity that has always kept you from the outcomes that you deserve and desire. That is honestly, again, what happens. When we are showing up for the life that we truly deserve, we are typically making decisions that go against what we're used to. We're doing things different. We're breaking patterns. We're breaking generational curses. We're doing things differently, in a healthier way, in a more sustainable way. And that's going to come with a lot of room for fear, doubt, and insecurity, because you are no longer in predictable territory. And your ego loves predictable territory. It loves to be in spaces that it knows it can survive, that it knows exactly what, the outcomes are going to feel like, and, how everything's going to be. And that's where your ego can get you really stuck, because it chooses to stay in those spaces, even if those spaces aren't what's best for you. I'm speaking to a collective that said no more to that, right? You're making the hard decisions. You're taking control over your life. You're essentially the road less traveled. It's like the road less traveled leads to abundant rewards. Like that's what this is very much about. And I feel like that's where you're needing to know that the doubt of like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I heading in the right direction? Like that is not going to go away. Okay. I can tell you with 100% certainty, I've been following my divine path for over 5 years now. And not a single day have I been 100% sure that I'm on the right path doing the right thing, because you're not. But I know within that if I keep showing up in my truth and in my light, that's only going to lead me to the abundance that I deserve. And that continues to be the case. So, you don't need to have all of the answers. You just need to be open to trusting yourself a little bit more, to trusting the energy that you're putting in. Because again, there's almost this energy of like undervaluing yourself a little bit, or not seeing what it is that you really bring to the table, or not believing that like, you are a unique person with a unique path and unique skill set, and that is incredibly valuable. And bringing that, to your life in whatever form that this is talking about, that is going to pay off. And I think that as you progress on this path, you're going to start to see more and more of the good things happen, because very rarely do things all fall into place at one time. And in fact, I would say almost never. Usually it's small baby steps in the right direction that eventually lead you to the big changes. You've been taking the small baby steps, right? You're expecting big changes, but you're not focusing on how much things have changed already, the little changes, because the little changes add up to the big changes. So focus on what's going right and practice gratitude for how far you have come, and trust that you're going to get to where you're trying to be, but it's going to require you to continue to show up. But if you focus on how much you lack, and you focus on how things aren't where you want it to be, eventually you are going to get to a point where you go, this isn't worth it anymore. And you're going to give up, because you're going to feel like it's not worth your time, and it's not worth your energy, because it's not getting you to where you want to be. But if you're focusing on gratitude and you're focusing on how far you've come, you're going to continue to want to show up, because you're seeing the progress. So I don't blame you. And I think that you have a lot of reasons to be worried, to have stress, to doubt, all those things, but you don't need to. You need to trust. That doesn't mean I'm not saying just don't worry about it. It's fine, because that's not realistic, nor isn't healthy for anyone just to avoid the way that they're feeling, but you can trust that things are working out, because I feel like this path that you're on and choosing to take it is like just it's an act of faith, it's an act of trust, it's an act of choosing yourself, and all of those things are going to have abundant rewards associated with them. All right. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into these messages, looking at what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Virgo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward.